right, sir, can you introduce yourselves to everyone in the audience and then tell us more?
Hi, I'm Abet Ongkinko. So I'm their prof. So basically, this is what we teach in school, and that's why they're there.
All right, I'll move. It's moving there. Okay, perfect. So, can you tell us about the process that's involved and the building blocks of this? Because obviously, having this is essentially a program in CSB now, right?
Yeah.
And that did not come about in a vacuum. So, like obviously, there's a lot of interdisciplinary skills involved. So, what
Correct.
were the building blocks of this program? Would you say, sir?
Let's put it this way. Okay, so it started back in 2009. So that was when the industry needed people. Okay, so coaching was a thing with companies, so there was a need. Okay, and then from then we started the program. Okay, so that's 2009. Imagine we're already 2026. The subject itself, which is this, okay, so the main idea of the course itself is rapid prototyping. Okay, so whatever game idea it would be, okay, whether it be board games, tabletop, right, or digital, it's the same thing. So what we need to do is we teach them, which is the subject is called game mechanics. We start from the very basics. So psychology, right? So we teach that. So for example, are you familiar with affordances? Affordances, are you familiar with that?
No, I'll be honest, I won't
Okay,
pretend.
so affordances, for example, is a part of psychology,
Okay.
right? So how do you think does your brain work, let's say when you see, let's say a door? A door. Yeah, a door.
You wanna...
So what's the process behind it?
Well, if I see a door, I wanna find out if I can open it and look inside.
Okay, but what's the process?
You
What do
roll,
you think
you
is the
roll,
process?
you roll your dice, see what happens.
Wow, roll initiative.
Roll initiative, right?
Wow, combat-oriented.
All right. Okay, but here's how it goes.
Okay.
So normally it's like, okay, people would think like, okay, I have a door. Okay, I'll walk at the door, try to open it or whatever it is, but it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Okay.
What you do is like once you see it, you already know what means or what it does.
Yes.
That's what affordance is. Like for example, let's say you have a door for the exit, the fire exit, right? How do you know when it's a push? How do you know when it's a push? Like when you see a fire exit, right? So when you know it's a push.
Well, normally you would see that thing that you press,
Exactly.
right?
That is an affordance. How about what do you know? When do you know if it's a pull?
If you don't see the one that
Normally
You
it's
have
a fixed
a
handle. A fixed
yes,
handle.
handle, but you
exactly,
can pull it.
A fixed
exactly, and that is what we teach.
Oh.
So small things like that, you can include that. Let's say, how would you know when you're gonna throw a dice?
Essentially, you're making things more intuitive.
Yes,
Yes.
that is pretty much it. So intuition is already part of that. I hope you learned something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I did not know. At first, I thought it was a legal term.
No, it's not. It's really, it has its basis with neuropsychology. Yeah.
So you're trying to apply all of this in all of the games
Of course,
that they have.
of course.
And for the benefit of the audience, if we're getting too technical here, please feel free to ask questions or clarify stuff with us. We're not just having this conversation for our own benefit. We want
can't-
you guys to also pick something
Sir's gonna
up.
give an exam after if they ask.
Oh yeah, there's a pop
Sure, why
quiz,
not?
right?
You might not be able to. But that's interesting because most of the designs, some will have an approach on they're gonna appeal to your emotion first.
Yes.
Some will have an approach on intuitive things that you do.
That's
Some
correct.
will be logic, strategic. But that's another thing that we as gamers sometimes especially if you've been playing for a long time, you tend
Yeah.
to overlook it. That there's this minor thing na, oh yeah, you just assume na there's a dice, yeah, you roll it, then whatever result you get it. But there's a science behind it that you have
Of
to
course,
break down. And
definitely,
you have to-
definitely. Why do you need that?
Yes,
Why do you need to
exactly.
roll the dice?
That's good to know.
And what kind of mindset does it take to come up with systems? I'll tell you my history as a gamer is I'm known as a combo player. So what that means is that I cannot create a game to save my life, but I can break yours.
Yes. And you have those, right? And you need those just to safe-proof your game also. Okay, it can break at this point. We have to do something about it, right?
So what is the mindset needed to be able to think of how a game is developed as opposed to my mindset of I want to see what breaks?
Okay, so when you're talking about that, there is a word for it, and you call it flow. Are you
Okay.
familiar with flow?
Well, there are a lot of uses for the term,
Right.
but yeah,
So
in
it's
general.
basically it's like imagine when you're playing
Okay.
and you're in the zone,
Okay.
and it's like I think you get the idea.
Yeah, that
like
kind of
somebody
flow.
interrupts you, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, what the hell? What are you doing? It's like I'm in this game so much, and why are you interrupting? Right? You see
Yeah.
what I mean? We designed that.
Okay, all right.
You can design it.
So basically, you can experience those, and that's what you teach in this.
Of
in
course.
This subject. It's just one subject or a whole course.
It's one subject.
One subject.
There's a lot more things that you learn.
Right.
But yeah, it's just one
Game
more
design.
subject. Yes.
Right.
of
But
course.
that's interesting that it's not just mechanics that you're
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
It's more on the minor things of no. We call it nuances or sometimes idiosyncrasies of the game.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
That's cool.
So like the game loops, etc.
Right.
It's everything is designed, and the reason why we're designers, right? Because most of the people say it's like, okay, if you're a designer, you think of the aesthetics, you think of this. Yeah, no, it's not. When you're a designer, you're actually solving problems.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess that's very important because most of the time the average person thinks in IPs, and what they don't realize is like, for example, Combatron over there. Hypothetically, someone could have created a game for Combatron that did not involve Combatron.
Yeah.
But that IP is what makes it more relatable, but the mechanics underneath, what's under the hood, is something that they're more concerned about. I'm sure that's what more of your concern than the IP overlaying it. Am I correct? Or you also think about mixing
you
and
have to
matching that?
take account with the IP as well, and I
Okay.
think that's where why we teach it so well. We even have our own department for IP.
Okay.
So
Wow.
so yeah.
Ange, is this your favorite subject? You have to answer.
Well,
you have to
So
answer
far-
correctly.
So far, I actually, like, me and my group have actually enjoyed this subject so far. It's like one of our favorites.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed making the game. And actually, funny story, one of our playtesting rounds, we playtested with another group, which is actually Bluff Shot, and another group with different players. We playtested our game with them, and then what the rule of that playtesting is we cannot tell them what the instructions are. So they have to
Okay.
figure out how to play the game with the manual we gave.
Yeah.
So
part of it.
when we gave our manual, it took them like 20 minutes to actually start playing the game. So our group like understood from there that, oh, there's something wrong with the manual.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
And from what I've heard, because I hang out with some of the guys from Ludos and Larong Atin, one of the most difficult things that you can do is develop the manual.
Oh yeah.
That's how the thought process on where to start, how to make it intuitive so that people will pick it up now. Okay, after step 1, yes, naturally step 2, step
Yeah.
3,
Yes.
and how to explain it, even the words that you use, the color that you have to use,
Yeah.
There's
the
a term
font
for
size you have
that.
to use.
There's a term for that. We call it
Everything's there.
onboarding.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I learned a lot today. I can go home now. Learn something today. Well,
There.
that's what. So all of your students, you're all in one classroom. Those four.
No,
games
no,
are
no. There's
different?
multiple sections.
We're different sections.
Okay,
Multiple
different
classes,
sections.
alright.
That's why you were saying you play tested it with another group and.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
We have this same event similar to this. No? So we have we have an auditorium wherein we also invite people publicly, and they come and they test the games. So it's not just their games which are done, let's say, for tabletop. We also have the capstone games, which is
Right.
displayed in public.
I also saw there's a game there that involves
Yeah.
computers with digital.
Yeah, we
So
do a lot of
also
that
this is
Great.
with other events as well. Yeah,
Right. It's
So
cool.
there.
One of my
Yeah,
old
yeah.
friends is probably in, you're probably a colleague of yours, Doc B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of
Very
course,
yeah.
of course, of course.
We were
She's
in Otaku
close
boards.
friend.
So we were all weebos back in the
Of
day.
course, yes.
But that's
So with the circle of friends with
Yeah, it's a very
Anito
small
as
community.
well.
The game
Of course.
development community is very small.
Yeah.
But that's the point. This is about growing
Yes.
it for the next generation.
Yes, that is correct.
I come from a more traditional background, and do you guys cover something as esoteric? I guess that's the best word, or highfalutin, or as ethics in gaming?
Of course,
Because
we have a subject
because
for
we
that.
have a lot of those very predatory. I should
Ethics in
know
gaming?
because
Yes.
I've spent $300 on NBA 2K PCs already.
It's another whole can of worms.
That can be very predatory to people who
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yes, we do. We
That
study
works.
that as well. We have a subject for that. It's ethics, game ethics. Yes, we do.
Wow,
Well,
I
you
might
want to
have
learn more?
I
you
might
go.
have to take a minor in this stuff.
What course are you in? What are you taking?
Game design and development.
Yeah, I'm taking game development and design, and I'm majoring in programming.
So all the
There are two
development
tracks.
and
There are two
design
tracks.
will go through this
Yeah.
subject.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so there.
So anyone can enroll. Can even non-students can just take. I think audit credit. What I forgot what you call it. Just enroll and just learn your subject.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. But at least maybe
there
next time
is-
you can hold a seminar that
Yes,
you
we
can
do. We
for
do.
this
We,
one.
we
Okay,
do
that-
have.
that
We do
sounds
have
great.
that. We do have that. As a matter of fact, like for example, like Freddie, we've invited him before pre-pandemic. Imagine, so it's like we had a Dungeons and Dragons convention, something like
Uh-huh.
this as well, event. So we had like 100 players join,
Wow.
something like that, right? And it's done in the school. And then the pandemic happened, so it stopped. So it's nice to be
Reset.
here again.
Yeah.
So yeah, so something
Okay.
like that.
So like right now they're having conferences also on the other room, on the conference room. Maybe next year you might be able to
Sure, sure.
do a few of it. Maybe if you could
Of course.
talk a little on those basic principles. Because I know it's not just people here who would like to check out games. There are also other aspiring designers who would also want to get their games out there, people to try out their games. And maybe those subjects or topics would give them a big help
Of course.
in helping them design.
Yeah,
Push
yeah,
through.
that would be nice.
All right, that's cool. You have any more questions, bro?
No, from my end, I maybe the audience has some questions. Maybe they have some things they want to know. Maybe some of them might want to know about taking up a minor, or
That's what I asked.
because
but
me, I'm considering that.
you can't. You have to enroll in the whole subject. I mean, the whole
I
course.
mean, it just takes a question. Let's say ask admissions, right? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So, are you selling your games?
Good question.
Because someone might play it and be interested. So it's better now to know if are you selling some of your games? Where can they get them? Can you reproduce them?
So our game specifically, we're actually have been we have a few players that actually wanted to buy the game. Currently, we're actually looking for publishers, possibly
right
to
place.
mass produce the game. So But before that, we have to go through it with our department, of course, since our game is technically under the school.
Yes. All right. So, but that's good. There are people here who can maybe help you with that one, especially on
Yes.
publishing.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So, if you want to check out their games and what the other games that we talked about, it's going to be in front of. Oh, I don't know what's the number of your booth?
There, exactly.
It's in front of the Navy.
The one
right
with the
there.
Is it
There's
possible
degree.
for them to demonstrate even one of their
Yes.
games on stage? Maybe that would be a good idea.
Can you do your own game?
Sure. Actually, it's perfect since it's a 4-player game and there's 4 of us here
No,
right
you
now.
just you.
Oh no.
No, but seriously,
Right, we
you
can
have
try,
the
we can
stage
try.
time. I think it's a great way for them to see it in
I think
action.
Do
we
you
can
need
do like a
materials?
short round.
Yeah,
let's
just
say
one
like
round.
Yeah,
Just
just
one round
one
through.
round is fine.
I think I can call my group mate, Isa.
Paging, Isa.
Paging Isa.
Isa.
Maybe she's at lunch break.
You know, this is a perfect opportunity for people to see this game in action. What people need to understand is that the Philippines, even when board games were not super modern yet, we were already slugging it out
Yeah.
because Game of the Generals is a Filipino board game.
Oy,
Which
Yes.
was, I mean, the legend kind of got bigger than the truth, but
do you remember the time when Monopoly Go? What's that? Monopoly. What's the card game? The Monopoly.
Monopoly Deal.
Yes. There was a time that it was a craze.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of people who made variations of that.
We had one.
Yeah, we had one, Politrix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Politrix
remember
is,
Diba? Diba?
is very similar. And then for a while, at least in the Philippines, there were people who were fighting between is chess a better game than Game of the Generals?
Oh,
That was a debate
That
for a
level
while.
already.
That was
so we're gonna have games of the General Grandmasters too.
Yeah, imagine if it got caught on that big, right? I mean, for me, I love Game of the Generals. There's only one problem with it, that now technology has solved. You need an arbiter.
Yes, the third person.
But now, if you have an electronic board, you can hypothetically just,
Play,
right. That's
Okay,
correct.
where's Isa?
Oh, actually, I
you'll
think
do
I
it on
can
your own.
see players playing our game. So I think our booth is occupied right now.
Alright.
That's okay.
So yeah.
Maybe you can do a sample of it. Like we're gonna guess what are you gonna do, right?
Okay,
Based on your
so-
explanation earlier.
Okay, let's say for example, okay, I'm holding six cards in my hand.
Okay.
And
okay.
let's say you draw a scenario. We have a scenario card where you can make your own scenario. So, is there any scenario that you guys want me to act?
Let's do this one right now. The board game fest.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally how improv is. So let's
Yes.
ask the audience for a scenario. Can anyone be, just give us a scenario. Something you want to see acted out on stage by my co-host.
Me?
Yeah, I volunteered
No,
you.
I'm not gonna do it. I said earlier she's gonna do it.
No, but go ahead. Something you want to see acted out.
Just shout.
Something that's
Break up. She
Break
ran.
up.
She ran from the other side of the room.
Break
just,
up it is.
Just to say break up. So you're gonna act
but then you have to have a mood, right?
Yes.
Which may not necessarily be the expected sad one, right?
Okay, so
Yes.
the scenario's a breakup, and then
Funny.
what's next?
So let's say for example, okay, there's 6 different emotions.
Okay.
So there's happy, sad, anger, disgust,
You have a die.
fear, and surprise.
Have a die.
Roll.
You have a die.
Come on, roll
Wow.
it. Roll
You can
it.
get it from there.
Yeah, so you have a die.
Okay, let's assign. What
Roll
number?
it.
And among those 6 emotions, there's 3 different intensity types. So there's weak, basic, and strong. So you will act out based on how strong the emotion is on the card.
Okay.
Ah.
So, I'm sorry, what was the scenario again?
So break up.
Break
Break
up.
up.
Break up. Okay, let's say for
So-
example,
Let's say it's a 2. Intensity 2. Break up.
intensity 2. So that's the basic.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
and roll for the 6.
6.
Which one did you get?
It's a
4.
4.
4.
So-
4. Do it
Four.
alphabetically. What's the 4th one alphabetically?
What's the 4th emotion?
Anger,
Go ahead.
happiness,
Sad.
sad, ay, anger, fear,
Fear.
happiness, sadness.
Oh, this sad.
That's
Okay.
kind of easy.
Right out the
How
nose.
How about let's just say it's a happiness.
Okay,
with
happiness,
basic.
intensity 2 on a
Happy
breakup.
breakup.
Okay. So
Intensity 2, happy
I'm,
breakup.
I'm going to act it out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's happiness basic. So I'm gonna say, finally, I didn't want him anyways. So yeah.
And then
I
we're
acted
gonna
it out.
guess what
Yes.
you went through.
So, since let's say for example, you're the one who chose the card from my hand.
How
you
long is
will-
the act out? Sorry.
Sorry.
How long are you acting out? Like as long as necessary? 1 minute,
As long
20
as
seconds?
necessary.
Wow.
Yes. So you can basically do like a whole play if you want.
Oh, you can quote movie lines.
Maybe
Yes.
put a time limit to it, like
There is
2,
movie
3.
lines in our scenario
Oh my
cards
gosh.
actually. So,
She had me
yeah.
at my best.
And then you're gonna think about you're supposed to guess the emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you, it's up to you if you want to trade that card from your card, from
Okay.
your hand. So if you want that happiness basic, you will trade it with me. So
Alright.
the main rule of our game is you cannot bluff or lie about the emotion. Let's say if another player finds out you're lying or you're cheating, so you have to show your whole hand to the whole party.
All right.
Okay.
So basically, draw a scenario, draw an emotion. Someone will give you the emotion. You act it out. People will guess what the emotion is in the scenario.
The person that draws the scenario will guess what the emotion is.
Okay.
So
And then
they will
it's like-
get that card from
It
their hand.
rotates. The story, the player who's gonna give the scenario rotates.
Yes.
And the game ends when.
So the game is last loser standing. It's a last loser standing game. So
Last
whoever
loser
is yes,
standing.
last loser standing. So it's like the with Uno. When you win, you're gonna stop playing, and then the rest of the players will continue playing the game.
Right.
So with the last loser standing, we call that the ultimate fool.
We should.
Oh.
We should. We're talking about emotions, and we should change those terms. Like the last fool. Okay.
No, but,
Yes.
but I'm sure this
It
is
works.
still,
I know
you
it's
know,
thematic, it's
this is
part of
still
it,
being
right.
developed as we speak, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's far from the finished product, but
It's a
you,
prototype.
mechanic is
you
a
see
prototype.
the potential in it.
Correct.
Yes.
It's just like before we had Pictionary, you had charades, you had all of those things. So it's kind of mixture of that.
And
I
then
was
you
thinking
license
about
it to Spit Manila.
Yeah, maybe you can sell it to them and they can pick it up.
Ah.
It's good.
I have Gabe's number.
So if you want to try it out, if you have a barkada, it's right there. It's that green table, right?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
green
behind
table
the green
over there.
table.
How many players, by the way?
You-
Up to how many?
It's strictly a 4-player game.
Okay, has to be 4 players.
Yes.
Okay.
Too many miseries are just
No,
too
because
many.
even games that say, 2 to 7 players, there's an ideal number there.
the sweet
Yes.
spot. We call that the sweet
Yeah,
spot.
a sweet spot.
The four.
Right.
So, sir, last na lang. Is there also a science behind what Marcel was saying? It's like supposed to be only 3 players, 4 players.
Oh, yeah.
Is there
Yeah, definitely.
also something? There's a study about that too.
Of course. It's part of it.
All right. So, in general, if you're gonna play a game, what's the sweet spot? 4 players, according to study.
All right.
Through science.
No, it doesn't work that way. What you do is still playtest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really
It's
depends
still
on the
best.
game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It really
It's still the
depends on
best
the game.
Because you start, right? So when you're designing, you decide, it's like, okay, how many players is this? Okay, so
That's
once
the
you've done
first.
that, right, you can never tell if it's going to be successful if you haven't play tested it.
Oh,
It's
then
playtesting.
you do trial and error in a way
Of
until
course.
you find the right number, right amount, right time.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's a trial and error because you're going to be noting its feedback. So whatever iteration that you make, right? So, all right, if this is problematic, you go back to the drawing board. You fix it. It's iterative. So it's a design process. We call it the design thinking method.
Cool. Then
Okay.
now I know. Because most of the boxes you're gonna find out how many players, how long.
Yes.
Right. Right.
I was wondering,
But it's
most of
part
that is
of
a
that.
lie.
But it's part of that. So you identify it first. You identify like, okay, how many players should it be, right?
Right.
So is it like PvP? Is it PvE, right? So it starts with there. Because otherwise, how can you design a game without the players and you don't
Yes,
know how
without
to?
the count.
Yeah, you focus on that.
Understand.
There you
All
go.
right. Thank you. I learned a lot today. I'm gonna try that out later.
All right, thank
Yeah, I
you.
wanna try the
I'll
improv
that out
game.
later.
Right, please
All right.
do.
So if you wanna check out their games, it's right there in front of the Navy, the green table, and 2 tables. I think you have that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yes.
that's correct.
You're also gonna be here until tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So it's the Guild IDGA, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
IDGA
that's
in the
Guild
guild.
IGDA,
of
International,
CSP.
What does IGDA mean officially again? Sorry.
International Game Developers
International-
Association.
Game Developers
Game
Association.
Yes.
Developers Association. All right.
All right. I learned a
Okay.
lot. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you
that.
very
Thank
much
you.
for having
We
us.
learned so
Thank
much.
you so much.
You know, I think if I ever have the time, I know what to take up as a minor now.
Sure.
Go back to school. All right.
Yeah,
thank you
why
very
not?
much.
Okay.
We hope to see you and others around later.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having
sir.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.